That's the oh, good lord. Testing, testing. Okay. All right. We good? Okay. Can you hear me? Make sure that you can hear me. I was having a little technical difficulties. All right. There we go. Fantastic. All right, so we'll get started. Hi, I'm Love Coach Dasha, and I am here today to teach you a little bit about staying and healing and reconciling after infidelity. You have a love that is worth it to you. You are willing to forgive. You would like to maybe move forward and grow old with this person, but you're not sure how to do that right now because you're in so much pain because of this infidelity. I am here to teach you how to get past that, how to get to the other side of this pain and this fear and this trauma that has happened to you and move forward in your relationship and actually be able to let it go, not hanging on to it being miserable for the rest of your life. I mean, having joy back, having your story back. That is what I am trying to tell you about tonight on this live. So, if you are going through that, go ahead and put all your questions and comments in the comments. I am happy to answer them for you. I want to talk to you about this today. All right. Yeah, because you don't have a girlfriend. Hey, that's how it goes sometimes. But if you know somebody who's been cheated on and they need to hear from me, go ahead and put them on to me, okay? All right. So now we're here to talk about the fact that we want to heal, we want to reconcile. What we have to understand about that is it's affected by everything in our lives. The first thing that I want to remind you about this tonight just so happens to be full moon. Now, I know people will say that it's a little woo woo and say that, oh, it doesn't affect you. But I was a nurse for 25 years. I worked in a hospital on the full moon on a regular basis. Something happens. Okay, something happens to people on the full moon. So you may want to argue about something. Something may be on your mind, and you may feel like it is a completely legitimate thing for you to be ready to argue about. I am asking you for tonight, do not do that. If we are in the 3 days leading up to the full moon or the full moon, we are going to have some real issues with our attitudes, our thoughts, our feelings. Things are going to get stirred up. Arguments that we don't necessarily want to have will come up for us. Okay? So we don't want that to happen. So whatever it is that's going in your brain right this second, tonight, could you write it off to the full moon? Just write it down, do a little ritual, write it down, take it outside, burn it in the full moon. Whatever that issue is that is screaming inside your head right now, I want you to just let it go for right now. If you want to come back to it in a week, fine. But for right this minute, you're going to probably start an argument that you won't intend to start just because you feel very passionately, just because the moon is tugging on you. Don't fall for it, okay? That's the first thing. Now, the second thing is, I am just coming back from a date. That's why I was late. I went to the Fever Candlelight thing. Go do that. It's like an hour. You go listen to music. You sit in the dark with your honey and with the candles going and the music. It's cool. Go do it. It is a simple, easy date night. My husband set it up all by himself. He surprised me with it and told me about it. And we had a great time. And I got to go out and look like this. You know what I mean? Wear the dress. All right. I bought this. I was like, okay, where am I going to wear this? He set me up to wear it. All right. But even still, take the time, put your clothes on, go places. Everywhere we go, we try and be like the top tier dress. You know what I mean? Dress to impress wherever we're going. So go, put the clothes on, feel good, make good memories together. Okay. All right. So now we're going to get on to the basics. All right. The things that we going to talk about every time we get together. I like to remind you of them because they're the basic practices that I'm going to tell all my clients when they are trying to get over having this infidelity happen to them. These things are going to help you. These are the practices, okay? The first practice is to do your deep breathing. Have you been doing your deep breathing? If you have not, please make that a practice. 5 times, 5 times a day. I need you to work on that. I need you to plan for it. I need to put an alarm in your phone so that you can do this on a consistent basis. If you do it, you will be regulating your nervous system, telling your body and your brain that you are safe. And so you won't be freaking out quite as much as you have been. All right. You will be more in control of it. There won't be that roller coaster all the time. You will have much more even times. Okay. Do your deep breathing. So we're going to do our deep breathing together. Now, what we're going to do is 4-7-8 breathing. All you need to do is follow along with me. You'll catch on to it probably midway through. We're going to do it 3 times together. 4-7-8 breathing is blowing out and exhaling, trying to deflate your lungs. We're going to inhale for a count of 4. Hold that breath for a count of 7. And then we're going to blow out like we're blowing out an entire cake full of birthday candles for a count of 8. Okay? And we're going to do that 3 times in a row. But like I said, when you're doing it and you're doing it by yourself, I need you to do it 5 times in a row, 5 times a day. Okay? All right. So we're going to do our deep breathing together. Come join me for the deep breathing. All right. First things first, I need you to blow out. Make the noise. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. How do you feel when you do the deep breathing? How does it feel inside your body? It should feel different. When you do your deep breathing, you are doing the breathing of I'm safe. Everything is okay. When you're freaked out, when you're traumatized, when this infidelity is happening, your body and your brain are screaming all the time. Yes, that is a whole bunch of anxiety. It really is. And it actually changes you physically. So what we're doing is doing the opposite of the breathing that we do when we are freaking out that way. Okay. So you do that, you imitate that, you do it over and over again. You teach your body that actually, even though I think that I should be freaking out, come to find out my body is safe. I'm okay. And it will teach your brain to slow down and think, okay, wait a minute. These are memories. These are not actually like things that are happening right now. I'm stressing out about something that's happened in the past, not something that's happening now. Okay. When you do the deep breathing consistently, your level of anxiety is going to come down over time. And so then it'll be at a more manageable level for you on a day-to-day basis. That is basic work of healing after this type of trauma has happened to you. It would be the same any other type of trauma. I would say do the same thing to teach your body, to teach your brain that you are safe, that you are whole, that things are okay, that you do not need to be completely in fight or flight at that moment. Okay? Let's see what else. The second of the practices that I'm always going to talk to you about every time we get together, I need you to be doing your journaling. Have you been doing your journaling? If you have not been doing your journaling, you are doing yourself a disservice. You need to sit down with your journal. I'm saying twice a day at least. Do not shortchange yourself with this piece of self-care. Okay, if you have been cheated on, you need somewhere to safely write down the thoughts that bubble up to the surface and you don't have any control of them. If you write them down, you gain control of them. They will not continue to bother you as much because you've written them down. Your brain knows that this is a book that you write in on a regular basis. You are going to see this book, you are going to see these words. You do not have to keep on thinking the same thing over and over again. Again, teaching your brain that you are safe and you are aware, you are paying attention, and bad things are not going to happen to you. Okay? So, yes, a huge bad thing has happened to you, but we cannot live every single day acting like something bad is going to happen to us. It makes you nuts, it drives you up a wall. And it's hard for other people to be close to you if you're constantly feeling like something bad is going to happen because you believe that the people that are near you and dear to you are going to do something to hurt you. So we've got to get back in control of that. Doing your journaling is key to that. Your journaling, you need to do your date, your time, and your level of anxiety. When you do this, you are trying to make notes. We are trying to be a little scientific about this. If you can get dates and times on what is happening and the intensity of what is happening, you will be able to find patterns in this data and you will be able to figure out ahead of time, oh, wait, this is a situation that I might feel a little triggered in. What can I do about that trigger right this minute? What can I do to soothe myself? What can I do to get, maybe not even have to deal with this particular thing? Try not to avoid triggers, but still, what can I do about it? You'll know it's coming because you've written it down in your journal several times and you're like, oh, hey, there's a pattern there. Okay. So this is mine right here. It is open. Got my notes on it right now. But you can use anything that is physical. I know there's a tendency right now to use digital means to journal. Yes, if that is the only thing that you can possibly do, but I want you to actually get a special book. It impresses upon your brain a little bit better if you have a special place that is in this reality with you that you can hold on to, that you can put in your hands and read the things that are in it. You know that you wrote it down. Nobody else could have tampered with it. That is you. You have a record. There's something about it that soothes your brain, that says, okay, it is real, it is in the real world, I wrote it down physically, I can pick this up and read it at any time, it will never be lost. And so then your brain can let it go. So if you're having repeating thoughts and you've tried to journal but it has been a digital journal, try a pen and paper. Okay, try pen and paper. It is different. It hits different in your brain. Okay. All right, your level of anxiety. Let me tell you about that. 0 to 10. Now, look, 0 happens. You will feel like, oh no, I will never be at a 0 again. That is not true. You are going to get to a place where this is in the past. You will get to a place where this is not hurting you every single day. Every time a little thought triggers you, a little smell, a little sound triggers you, you will be at a place where you're at peace with all of that. It will come, I promise you. But right now, we've got to practice. We've got to do things to start to get to that place. So that's what I'm telling you with these practices. These are things that you need to be recognizing. Like, okay, I do have 0 days. I do have days where I am perfectly fine. I'm not even thinking about it. Write those moments down. Even if it's not an entire day, write that moment down where I wasn't thinking about it all day long. Put that down so that your brain remembers that good things still do happen. Okay. Then there is a 10. A 10 is an absolute loss of control. A 10 is I want to rip my hair out, tear my clothes off, run screaming down the street naked because I am absolutely out of control of myself. Now, if you are at a 10, you are not sitting down writing in a journal, are you? You are probably throwing something. You are probably screaming. You are probably not sitting down with a pen and paper and writing in your journal, correct? So don't write that in the moment. You can write about it a time earlier when you were a 10 and now I came down to a 9 and I can get control over myself and I can write and I'm coming to be a person again. And yes, I kind of lost it. You can say that later, but be aware that if you are in control enough to sit down with a pen and paper, you are not at a 10 level. Okay. Um, do this twice a day. First thing in the morning, right before you get ready to go to bed. That is a good time to do it. All right. That is an excellent time for you to go ahead and get stuff out of your brain and down on the paper when you're getting ready to get your day started and when you're getting ready to let the day go. Okay. All right. Third thing that I'm always going to tell you every time we get together, I need you to develop an attitude of gratitude. Now, I understand that you feel like what do I have to be grateful for? Okay? Let me tell you, everything. You have so much to be grateful for. This is painful. But the only reason that this is so painful is that you have experienced joy to the opposite of that. This life is not all bad. And you can experience being grateful for things, even when the situation around you is not as ideal as you would like it to be. Okay. Getting into that grateful state of mind gets you out of the depression, out of the dark place. I'm looking for a little bit of light, just a little bit of light, just something I can hold on to. I'm like, yes, I know I am grateful for that thing. You can't take that away from me. It's a way to climb up out of the hole. Okay. So every morning, first thing in the morning, write down 5 things that you're grateful for. You got your journal open anyway. Write down 5 things that you're grateful for that day. 5 things that you're grateful for in general. 5 things that you're grateful for about your pet. You can do so many things that you are grateful for. You are grateful they are in your life objectively, even when your life is not going the way that you want it to go. Okay? So if you do this consistently, your brain will start to agree with you. It will start to try and find things to be grateful for, helping you out of the hole. Okay? So consistently do that. Think about something that you can be grateful for and rock with. All right? Deborah, hey girl, glad you're here. All right, let's see. If you got anything that you are grateful for today, I'm grateful for our date. I'm grateful for our date night. Grateful for the opportunity to dress up and be cute. Okay, I love it. I love an opportunity to go out and show out. All right. So, what are you grateful for today? Put it in the comments. If you are just grateful for being here, grateful for books, grateful for the internet, grateful for makeup, grateful for jewelry, grateful for anything. Put it in the comments. Let me know so I can shout you out and let your light help somebody else see the light. Okay? All right, let's see. Next thing. The last thing for right now is that I want you to stop asking all those questions. I I know. I'm here to burst a bubble, okay? I know that all of the people that you have been listening to say that you should get to ask whatever questions you want, whenever you want, for however long you want. And you can. You can absolutely do that. I am here to tell you that from my experience and from the thousands of women that I have coached who have told me, if you're doing that consistently, it is a trauma response. It is not healing. You're not, oh, I'm understanding. You're in a traumatized state, so you're not even really absorbing the answers that you're getting. Okay? You want to hear a particular thing. And if you don't hear that particular thing, you're kind of going off. So I know it has been told to you that you should just be able to do that. And yes, you should. However, if you want to heal, if you want to reconcile, if you want to move on from this, the sooner you stop that, the better. The sooner you stop it, the sooner you stop asking those questions, the better. Because it's a trauma response. So that's damage to your brain. And you're reinforcing damage to your brain. The trauma made this trigger that said, I gotta ask questions. I gotta figure out everything that went on. I have got to analyze it down to the last breath. I have to know every single thing about it. And if I don't know everything, then I can't be safe. That's not true. It's just not true. And your brain will keep telling you that as long as you let it. So it will continue to come out of nowhere and ask him questions and feel like, well, he should just answer, because why should I have to hold back my questions? He should just answer. However, it's a little bit distressing and not really healing to keep going back and bashing him over the head with what he did wrong. If it were you who had done wrong, wouldn't you want to break from that? Wouldn't you want to be like, okay, I understand I did wrong, but look, we keep going over and over it. You keep on throwing it in my face. You keep on bringing it up every other day. We can't have any peace. We can't have our relationship moving forward at all because you want to just keep on throwing this at my face because I hurt you, but I'm sorry, and you know I'm sorry. You would start to feel some kind of way about that. You would. So you have to understand that if you are trying to move forward, you can't keep doing what the trauma is telling you to do. If you keep doing what the trauma wants you to do, you remain traumatized. You're staying in it. You have to know that that is coming from the trauma and start to accept the fact that you can't keep doing what the trauma says, and then start to let go of asking all those questions. The more you practice it, the more it cements in your brain. It is not so hard the second week as it will be the first week, but it is so much better for you as you are healing to stop doing that. Okay. You have plenty of information. You have all the information that you need to make this decision. You either want to make this decision to stay or you don't. You don't need to ask 150 more questions. You don't need to ask 1,000. You don't need to do that. Okay. All right. So that being said, I will still say that I know that it is a trauma response and it's like an itch in your brain because it's brain damage. It's damage from the trauma. Okay. It's itching to ask a question. And it's saying, oh, I must ask questions. And it's lying to you. It's saying, oh, well, if I ask questions, then we'll be more connected. And if I ask questions, then I will understand him better and I will know that he will never cheat again. All right. Yeah, your brain will tell you all of that, but again, it's just the trauma response to keep you doing it. It is to keep your hope up. Like, oh, this is the path to healing. Okay, cool, I'll do that. And then it's not healing. Okay. So I understand that it's an itch inside your brain to ask the questions. So instead of the questions that you want to ask, I'll give you a couple of them from the and THEAND, if you can see, the from the good people at the Skin Deep. That is on Amazon. Put the and in the search and it'll pop right up. Got a whole store full of these cards. I have also the long-term couples edition. It's like 199 questions you can ask that are better questions than the ones you want to ask. Okay, a little bit more constructive things than the things that you're thinking about asking. So the first one is, what's one experience you wish we shared but didn't?
and why? Oh, that is a good one. Oh, that's a good one. What's an experience you wish we shared but didn't? Wouldn't you rather hear the answer to that than what hotel did you have sex in? Wouldn't you rather have the answer to that? That's a better question, right? That's a question that will scratch that itch to ask a question, but won't cause you damage in the meantime. Okay? All right, one more. We've got, what do you believe you have healed in me? Oh, I like that one. That's a good question. What do you believe you have healed in me? What do they feel like they can take credit for? There's a part of you that is better because of that. I used to have a real issue with people tickling my feet. That was a thing. I was like, look, don't do that. That'll make me mad. And like, I learned to enjoy it with him. Like, he was somebody that like broke down that wall and let me be vulnerable enough that I felt like, okay, it doesn't have to make me mad. It doesn't have to make me feel any kind of way. I can just enjoy being tickled by somebody I want to have their hands on me. And yeah, that's something he healed in me. All right. And what do you think I have yet to achieve and why? What do you think I have yet to achieve and why? He might have some ideas about where you're going. All right. He might have some thoughts. Go ahead and put that up there and see if you can get an answer that is better than the answers that you are currently seeking. Okay. I think that it would be better. All right. All right. So all of that's all practices. All of those things are things that I tell my clients, the people that work with me, the women that work with me to heal, to reconcile, to get to a completely different place in their relationship after infidelity. They all tell me that those things work. Those things, as practices that you do on a regular basis, help you take control back of how you're feeling, because this all happened to you. You should be able to take back some power, and taking back that power starts to heal something. That part of the problem of betrayal is you didn't have control over it. So taking back control is a significant step towards your healing. And doing these practices is a simple way to do that, that is actively combating all of the pain and the trauma that has already been inflicted on you. So it's an excellent thing to do. I need you to go ahead and do these things for me on a regular basis. Okay. So we are back last week. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I hope that your family and friends did not drive you crazy. I do understand though, because I got lots more calls, that the holidays are stressful as we are going into Christmas. That's like, that's the one. This holiday, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, you still end up seeing your family and people who trigger you on a regular basis around these holidays. All right. And that's just when people travel, people are going places. So it is frustrating. And I understand that. It will make you feel like you're set back in your healing, but you are not. It is just the other circumstances going on around you, draining energy from you. As you move through it into January, it's going to be cold and you're still going to be a little bit drained, but it will start to be a little bit better. The light will return. Okay. Let's see. So, all that being said, if you are interested in getting on a call with me, I will put the link up for the Enchanted Reconciliation call. If you are struggling this holiday season, if you're like, okay, I do need somebody to talk to about this, I need somebody to help me figure out how to get on my feet about all this and have all of the family obligation stuff that I have going on, I need some assistance with that. Go ahead and get on an Enchanted Reconciliation call with me. I will help you come up with a plan. Even if you choose not to work with me, if you choose not to hire me as your coach, I will still talk to you for about 45 minutes and we will come up with a plan By the time we are finished with the call, whatever is going on that's stressing you out right now, we'll have a plan for it. You will feel better. You'll be smiling by the time we get off the line. Okay? So go ahead and sign up for one of my Enchanted Reconciliation calls. Put call in the comments if you would like to sign up for a call. I will send you the link and you can check out my calendar. Get on between this weekend and the beginning of next week. I got just a little bit of time before the next thing that is coming up that is fun that we're going to be doing together. So I got a little bit of time before I got to start with that. So I want to talk to you and get you on the healing path. So put in call, CALL, if you want to get on an Enchanted Reconciliation call with me, and we will talk. We will work this out. I will give you a plan for how to get through these holidays, how to get through the next couple days if you need to, okay? All right. Got any comments, questions? Let me know if you have anything that you want to talk about, anything that you are interested in knowing about how to heal, how to reconcile. I am here for you to answer your questions, okay? All right. So, all right. What I wanted to do was, since it's the full moon and we're just getting back together after the holiday, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the full moon and how it might be affecting you as you are healing, as you're going through the phases of healing after infidelity. It may be pulling on you in different ways, shapes, and forms that you're not quite aware of. So I just want to make you aware that it's not just you, it's everybody else. Everybody be feeling it. I have seen it time after time after time. So you're not crazy. I want you to understand that what is happening to you is real, and explain to you what the phases are to healing so you know where you're going and you can get on that path. Okay. So let's see. The first thing is that you need to know that the full moon is going to amplify whatever you're feeling in this particular moment. So whatever phase you're in of your healing, this full moon is going to be pulling and tugging on your emotions. That is all right. You just need to be aware of it. There are so many things that are going to affect your healing as you are healing and trying to reconcile. Things that will be roadblocks that you'll stumble over and you'll feel like, I got to go all the way back to square one because I stumbled at this point. You don't have to go all the way back to square one. You are not as far behind, even if you stumble, okay? That you are not falling so far behind that you can't catch up. All you need to do is stand up, brush yourself off, keep on moving forward, okay? So it is amplifying what you're feeling right now. Just understand that that is not a permanent state. You are not going to continue to feel like this forever and ever. It is just temporary. The 5 phases get affected by this pulling and tugging of the, I don't know if it's maybe the water, since the moon pulls on the tides, maybe it's the water inside our bodies. Either way, it affects you profoundly and makes everything so much more intensified. So you can recognize when you're feeling super intense, when you're feeling a little over the top, just check and see. Look outside and just see if maybe the moon might be full. It will mess with you, okay? But the first phase that you could be in is the devastation phase, all right? This is usually right after D-Day. This is usually right after you find out about the infidelity and you are pretty much boneless. You are in a heap on the floor. Everything in your whole world got turned upside down, and all you could do was fall to the ground boneless. All right. It is a difficult moment. It is the sounds and sights of trauma. It's like your brain is overloading. It cannot comprehend that something this awful has happened. All right. The devastation phase, fortunately, doesn't last too terribly long. Now, you can unpack and live there. You can. It is absolutely possible. I see people do it all the time. You can get into the devastation phase, to a phase where you're really not even taking care of yourself anymore, and you can just kind of unpack and set up there. I don't want you to do that. I want you to recognize that you might be overstaying your welcome in the devastation phase. And I want you to try and get up. Okay. Getting up, getting on your feet, that's the regulation phase. Regulation phase is when you start to try and get back in control of yourself. You try and start gathering up your marbles because they all flew across the floor when you fell. All right. You're starting to gather those up. Sometimes they trip you up too. You are not starting from square one. We are not starting from paralyzed on the floor. We were in motion. We were all right. That's the regulation phase, just reminding yourself that you are actually safe now. You're okay. The devastation hits you, but you're coming back around. You're a fighter. Okay. If the moon is full, it can make you feel like you are being set back to square one very much. If you're in that regulation phase, you can feel like, oh, I'm about to lose control of myself like I did when I was devastated. You probably are not. All right, probably not. You again can you can take yourself there, but most of the time our instinct, our survival instinct kicks in and we want to get up. We don't want to keep being in a pile on the floor because we can be hurt like that. We got to get back to our feet. We got to get back regulated and start doing regular activity. We can't just lie there and be attacked. So your body will try to help you do that. But when the moon is full, it might feel like, oh, I'm just getting absolutely nowhere and I never will. That is not true. It's just messing with you. Okay. The third phase, after the devastation and we got some regulation going, then we can actually start to deal with him a little bit. Okay. Remember, the first two phases of you healing have absolutely nothing to do with him. He will probably be in the way for those phases. Okay. When you get to the third phase, okay, that is recreation. You know that you want this relationship. You know you want it to work out. Okay, so now we got to work on recreating this relationship. It is not a completely new relationship. It's not. It is busting down what didn't work, what was shoddy a construction, back down to the foundations if we need to, but rebuilding, making it stronger, making it better on that same foundation, keeping it going. Okay. If if the moon is full and you are in the recreation phase, you might be arguing about what that looks like. If you are in this phase where you are creating what the relationship is going to be like, you might get a little overzealous. We'll say like that. We won't say selfish, but it looks like selfish. But we'll get a little overzealous and want like everything exactly the way that we want it instead of working together to create a story together. Okay. So that's what that may look like is the stress of the full moon making you a little unreasonable about things, making you feel like, no, I should always have my way because you hurt me, so I should get what I want all the time. That's not healing. That is staying firmly rooted in the pain, saying that you are owed more and more and more because you are hurt. That's not healing and moving forward. That is dwelling actively in the hurt. Okay. After recreation, after we have come together and we have figured this out and we have put a little beta test together, we have worked things out, we have worked out the bugs. All right, things are going well. And you kind of let it go. Like things have gone so well between the two of you. You started to fall in love again. You feel like he's in love with you. You feel like we're getting closer. This is not as difficult as it used to be. I think we're going to be all right. That's when you can get into the celebration phase. All right. Celebration phase is when we do all the things. If you want to renew your vows, if you want to get new rings, coming from the place of healed and loving and behaving as if you are loving, that is where you want to do that from. You don't want to try and heal yourself by having a wedding, like having a second wedding. You don't want to do that. That is putting a lot of pressure on that event, number one, to make you happy. We need to get into the happiness sphere first and then do the celebration. Okay, get the new pattern down, exist in that for a little while, and then celebrate that. Yes, we came through that. Give it a year, 18 months. As you are healing, and then you can get to that part where you're doing the celebration stuff. You can say, we are able to close the chapter on this. We are moving on to new chapters, new adventures. This story is over and we get to move forward from here. Save the celebration for that point. Okay. And after celebration, and the full moon might make that a little wild, might make you feel like we're not really all the way healed. We're not really ready, even though you've been ready and you've been doing the thing. It makes you doubt yourself. Don't be listening to that. All right. Just keep up doing exactly what you were supposed to be doing, and it will be fine. All right. All right. Let's see. Last thing. The last phase of healing after infidelity that people just don't even know about. Because it seems like the celebration phase should be the last phase, right? It should be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, we healed from it. It yay. And now it's done. And we should be able to move on from there. But that's not the end of the healing for us. Because being the victim of infidelity has so much stigma attached, so much shame that is heaped upon you for wanting to stay, for wanting to work it out. Even if you don't tell the people closest to you, you can still see what the internet's saying. You can still look up stuff, and it's so many people like, oh no, you should just leave, and you're a doormat if you don't go ahead and leave him. All of that shame keeps you from sharing this story. I'm a firm believer that we are here to experience things, and even the traumas are lessons, are tools, are things that we're supposed to share with one another so that another person can hear your story and be like, that's my story. That is my story too. I cannot believe she is telling my story. And that story has a happy ending. That story that she is telling has a happy ending. So the last phase of healing after infidelity is the inspiration phase. It's the phase where you get to tell this story and it doesn't make you cry, and it helps another woman see herself in you. It helps another woman understand that it is possible to heal from this. It is possible to get to happily ever after from right here where I'm experiencing this. She says she's been there and she got back from it. That is going to be an extraordinarily healing experience for you. The second that you get to tell this story to another woman and inspire her, light a fire under her, and make her say, I can do this. Everybody else keeps telling me that I can't. Everybody else keeps telling me I don't have any other choices. And you get to tell another woman who believes that she only has one terrible choice that she doesn't want to really make, tell her that she actually has any choice that she chooses. To tell her that, to give her that power, to let her understand that, to show her by the example of, I made that choice and it worked out just fine for me. I am healed. We are happy. I trust him. Things are fine. Yeah, we got past it. Yeah, it was one of those things that we had to get through in our life together, and we got through it. It's an amazing gift to give another woman to be her inspiration. The only thing you need to be a mentor is to be a couple of steps further along the path. If you can get a couple of steps down the path, you can reach back for somebody else. You can tell another woman, hey, look, the path is here. Look, follow the sound of my voice. I am healing. I am heading towards healing. If you want to be on this train, come with me. We do not have to travel the woods alone. Okay? That is what I want you to understand. When you were talking to me, you were talking to somebody who has walked these lonely, scary ass woods all by myself. I have done it. And I don't want you to have to do it anymore. I don't want you to have to do this all by yourself anymore. So all you need to do, put CALL in the comments, and I will send you the link to get on an Enchanted Reconciliation call with me to have somebody who has walked this path walk it with you. You don't have to be by yourself anymore. Okay? All right. So if you are in the full moon and you are in the inspiration phase, you are feeling lit up from within, you are feeling your inner goddess, you are feeling like a light along a dark path. That's what you are feeling like if the full moon is hitting and you're in the inspiration phase. That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like a light tonight, okay? So I want you to understand that you can be there. You can absolutely get to happily ever after with the person that you love and want to be with in spite of infidelity happening to you. I know people tell you you can't be done, they're liars. Okay? I have proven it. I know for sure they're lying to you. You can do it. Okay? All right. Any questions, comments, thoughts, complaints, anything you want to ask me? I am here for you. Let me see over here on Love Coach Dasha. No, don't see anybody on YouTube. Okay. Fantastic. All right. So let's see. Coming up to the end here. Um, at the end, I always tell you the last of the practices. There's 5 of them, not just 4. We went over doing your deep breathing, doing your journaling, doing your gratitude practice, and stop not asking all those questions. So those 4, yes, and then we're going to add one more on there because remember I said your brain will tell you that everything is bad and you should be afraid all the time. Well, it will tell you bad things about you too. It will make up things. It will make you feel awful about yourself. And the best way to combat that is to do affirmations. If you do your affirmations on a regular basis, what you are doing is calling upon yourself to remember that you have this opinion of yourself. Instead of your brain just making up bad things about you, you've given it the memory that you love yourself, that you think you're wonderful. So now your brain doesn't just automatically make up bad things. It's like, well, no, because they said that she said we're wonderful. So that yeah, we're gonna go ahead with wonderful. And it'll reinforce wonderful instead of reinforcing all the terrible, tragic, nasty things that it's saying about you. Okay. So I need you to do this on a consistent basis. If you want affirmations from me, I'll send you a link to sign up for those too. You'll get affirmations in your inbox every day for 60 days. If you need some that are specifically for healing after infidelity, I got you. Okay, just put affirmation or affirm in the comments. But I've got regular affirmations today. So I like this one for today because I want you to do this by getting on an Enchanted Reconciliation call with me. Go ahead and put in comment and call or DM me, call, and I will send you the link to get on an Enchanted Reconciliation call with me because today I am responsible Today, I will make good choices that will bring me health and happiness. I didn't even have to pick that ahead of time. That's the one that came up to the surface just for me to tell you about getting on an enchanted reconciliation call with me, making this good choice and being responsible, getting on this free call and making choices that lead you towards health and happiness. That's what I want for you. That is all I want for you. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be happy again. I know that it's miserable where you are. You don't have to stay there. You don't. You can get back to you can get, matter of fact, happier than you probably were. Um, as you do healing work, healing work heals things. So you can probably heal some other stuff as you were healing from this infidelity. Healing works all the way around. As you start to apply the principles of healing, as you are healing from infidelity, it starts to rub off on other areas of your life. So again, good opportunity for promoting yourself, for good self-care, for moving forward with your life. All right. So today I am responsible. Today I will make good choices that will bring me health and happiness. And hopefully one of those good choices is getting on an enchanted reconciliation call with me, CALL, in the comments or the DMs, and I will send you the link. Okay. All right, y'all. I think that's about it. So, real quick recap: do your deep breathing, do your journaling, um, practice gratitude, stop asking all those questions, and do your affirmations. And more than anything, do not do what the fear and the pain are screaming at you to do, especially not on the full moon, but every night. Do not do what the fear and the pain are telling you to do. When you do those things, you are doing the actions of the trauma, of the hurt version of you. The easiest way to heal is to think about what the healed version of you would do and do that. Usually it is the exact opposite of what the fear and the pain are screaming. So whatever that is, do the exact opposite of that, and you will probably be on the healing path. Okay? All right. That is about it. That's all I got for you tonight. Thank you so much for joining me for the Healing Hour Live. And thank you for being the type of person who is trying to exercise unconditional love. That is a very difficult thing to do. You have every right not to do it, but you are still choosing that. And that's the type of women I like to be around. I like to be around women who are choosing love instead of toxicity every day, all day, twice on Sundays. So I am proud of you. I am proud of you for opening up your heart and trying to forgive, even though you have any reason you feel like not to forgive. You wouldn't be wrong at all if you chose not to, but you are still choosing in favor of love. And I'm proud of you for that. Okay? All right. I love you. I'm so, so proud of you. Mwah. I will see you again next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Healing Hour Live. Bye.